We're on the fourth task, which now we're calling to-doodles because somebody wanted that. And we're wondering about base 10 blocks. Maybe you've seen them before, and which one is a bigger number? And someone is laser pointering that the one on the left is bigger. How much is the one on the left? How many hundreds do we have?
4, so that would be 400.
400. Then we have 2 10s, so 20
4.
and 4 1s. So this number is 424. So 400s, 2 10s, and 4 1s. If you've seen base 10 blocks before, that seems a very easy question. But if you've never seen them before, then it's kind of a code. So this is like breaking the code. Each of these squares has 100 blocks in it. And then these lines have 10 and the single ones have 1. And if you are actually in I'm going to go back a step. If you're actually in a classroom with me, we would have physical copies of these that we could play with, but here we don't. But if you want, I will just put in this mostly blank page. There's 100, there's a 10, and there's a 1. Oops, let's do that one. So you can go back to page 2 and make copies and things like that if it's just fun for you to play with. Okay, this one, 168, someone said. I see 200s, so it can't be 168. But I do count 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I do count 8 ones. Okay. If I am clicking on a text box, then up at the top, I can change the size there. So if you're having trouble reading because someone's on a phone, I'm going to actually make their 268 bigger just to be friendly to someone that's on a phone. Okay, the rules for base 10 blocks make this comparison easy. We don't really care at all about the 10s and the 1s in this case. I can just cover them up. All I have to notice is that one of these things has 400s and the other has 200s. So the one that's 400 and something has to be bigger. Since we are supposed to take 10 lines, if we had 10 lines, and combine them together and put them real close to each other and make one of these 10 things. Can I actually do that? The way it has the shadow makes it not working. Anyway, you can kind of imagine if you had physical things in front that you could squish the 10 lines together and make one of these squares. So since we're supposed to do that, we're not going to have 100 or more hiding under my blue squares. This will always be, whoops, this will always be less than 100, so the 400 has to be more than 200. Let's do the other one. How much is represented at the bottom of the page, which is a bigger thing? If you haven't been kinesthetic on the Jamboard yet, go ahead. Use the text box to type a number or circle or something like that. Somebody likes this. So that one is 343. Is that bigger? This one also has 300. So this time I can't just cover up everything that's not the big squares, but it's going to be 20 something. And I know it's not going to get up to 30 or 40, because otherwise, even if we did have 11 little blocks, we'd have to turn them in for a line. 326, perfect. So yes, so this one. Is bigger and this one is bigger. Everyone okay so far? But like a yes or a happy face or something in the chat, Jaden and Kayleen and Savannah, if you're staying muted. Okay, now we'll do something else. We have numbers, not with blocks, but written as digits the way we're used to. And we have 4 overlapping rectangles. You can't see them all yet, but somebody delete the top one. On a phone, it's tricky, but on a computer, you'll have a delete key. So you can take the arrow, click it, and then hit delete, and it will go away. Oh, no, don't delete those arrows. We need those. I'm going to hit undo to put them back.
I'm sorry, I'm learning.
That's okay. Why won't it let me undo? Maybe I can't undo your things anymore.
How do I undo?
Control Z or the little undo arrow right there.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
Okay. I
It
think I
all-
did.
Okay.
Is it in the wrong spot?
No problem. I don't have to find all my little components again if you undo it. Okay, so someone delete the green thing, not the blue thing. There we go. Okay, so we have a number that's 1,000 and something, and we have a number that's 2,000 and something. Which one will be our biggest number ever in this list? The 2,000, someone's saying, yes. So I'm going to just grab that number and put it here. Then is the 1,000 guaranteed to be bigger than everything that's still covered? Right, because it could be like 999 under here, but it's not going to have a 4-digit number fitting under there. So the 1,000 thing, whatever it is, has to be bigger. I don't have to look at anything else. Okay, somebody delete the next green one. We have 3 numbers with hundreds places that are biggest. Are we ready to sort any of them? The 5, yes, whatever starts with 5 is going to be bigger than everything else. These 2, I'm not sure which is bigger yet. Okay, someone delete the next rectangle. 150 something and 150 something. Can we sort them?
No.
No, okay, delete the last rectangle, somebody.
Boom.
Okay, there we go. The last 2 numbers. So 155 is bigger than 152. Everyone okay with that page?
Yes.
So the way these to-doodles work is we're on page 4, which I might finish or might not. On page 5 is your homework version. So now we get 8 numbers. It's a little bit trickier. There's only 1 rectangle. So instead of deleting, you have to grab it with the arrow key and just slowly slide it over and see what happens. But don't do that now. This will be for you to do on your own as homework. So how do you turn in this homework? Well, let's go back to the page that we can see the answers. You could say, I'm just going to type out these numbers and send them to my teacher in an email or a text. That's fine. Just say to-doodle 4, page 4, here's my answers, and I'll know what you're talking about. Or you could take a screenshot of this or a screen snip.
I did.
And send it to me in the email or text. So for Windows, then that's going to be Control, Windows key, S to do a screen snip. And I don't know if you can see it on my screen when I do it. Or no, it's Shift. I'm sorry, it's not Control, Shift. Shift Windows S, but then my screen kind of goes gray and I will highlight a box, and whatever I highlight is copied to my copy and paste. I can then text it to whoever I want, including my teacher.
Okay, wait a second. So it went gray and then it says draw a shape to create a
Yes.
screen snip.
So use your mouse to just pick any rectangle you want. This is how I send memes to my friends in the evenings when I'm texting them.
Oh,
Laugh.
okay. Screenshot copied copied to clipboard and saved. Select here to mark up the image.
If you're on a Mac or a Chromebook, then it is Command. Is it Control Command? Let me double check this again.
I know, but how do I send it?
You
Open
send it
it?
in text. Send it to the group text now to show off to people.
Oh. So I would just take a picture of the screen with my telephone?
You don't even need to, and you could, but it's easier just to do what you just did. Shift Command and 4 is the way to do it with a Chromebook.
Shift Windows S. Okay.
So I will do it right now to our group text, unless someone did.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to send it.
Just, oh, I guess I cheat because I have a texting window in my browser, so I can just paste it in.
Oh, okay, that's what I was asking.
Okay, I'm forgetting that I do that, and yeah. So on a phone, however you want, you can just load this up in your phone and send it, or
Okay.
if you have a computer, you could send an email to me and just paste it into the email once you do the screen snip, stuff like that.
Okay, I'll figure it out, hopefully.
Let
Otherwise, you're just
me
getting
demonstrate that. I will start an email, put it over here. So I've started an email. I'm gonna go the make a rectangle and then hit paste. And there's the thing I drew that rectangle to copy that much from my screen.
Okay.
Easy to turn in homework. Okay.
You did that through Gmail.
And then at the end, all of these on the last page, page 6, have some extra kind of thinking challenge. So for this activity, there's 2. How to use the coins to make this number. You might have to do copy and paste, Control V, Control C, and Control V to make copies of coins. And then which type of objects, base 10 blocks or coins, do you find more useful for thinking about place value and why? That's probably something you're just going to type me a sentence in email or text. It would be silly to try and write that on the Jamboard in the text tool, because that's kind of awkward, right? But I mean, you could put an answer there and send it to me all as one screenshot. So whatever floats your boat.
What are you doing? It needs to get plugged in when you're done.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording.